Good afternoon. I'm Indrani Kure. This video presentation is a reflection of my work experience of 3 months at the independent television. I have already written a report on my internship. In the 5 part of the video, I will be presenting the key aspects of the report. Before we go into the details, here are the key points. The first part is about how I got into the field of media. Part 2 describes the emergence of independent television. In Part 3, I have discussed my work experience at independent television. And in Part 4, I have tried to interpret certain aspects of media according to the theories of Michael Foucault, Antonio Gramsci, and Jean Baudelaire. Finally, Part 5 concludes the video with opinion. Today's world is shaped by mass media. From dawn to dusk, we get various information through media. Media provides us with the news of not only our areas within the border, but also news from all over the world. From my childhood, I wanted to work with the television media. After I started working at independent television, I thought about my childhood when I used to prepare imaginary news for myself. But during my internship, I prepared original news for a TV channel. To me, this is still the most rewarding experience that I have ever had. After being enrolled at the Department of English and Humanities at BRAC University, I decided to have a combined undergraduate major with literature and media and culture studies. Because of my combined major, I got an option to do an internship either at print or electronic media. Then thinking that my childhood dream will get a chance to be true and the experience would be helpful for me in the future job market, I applied for internship at the independent television. My internship goal was to learn how to become a well-organized broadcast journalist. After completing my 3 months of internship, I can say that to an extent I have achieved my goal. I see my internship as a stepping stone based on which I will develop my future career as a broadcast journalist. Until 1998, there were no private TV channels in Bangladesh. After 1998, there were a rapid growth of private TV channels. Independent television came much later in the field of electronic media in Bangladesh. It is a 24-hour news channel which got its official license from the government of Bangladesh in March 2010. The channel was launched on 20th October 2010. It is owned by one of the most diversified conglomerates, Beximco, the Bangladesh Export-Import Company. The headquarters of the TV is located at Tejgaon, Dhaka, Bangladesh. The channel basically covers and telecasts the news related to national and political issues of our country. But it also deals with various news items such as news of business, sports, culture, international and entertainment. The Independent Television Limited also has its printed newspaper named The Independent and an online news page www.independent24.tv which was launched on February 2012. Here is the slogan of the channel.
Independent Television, 24 ঘন্টায় খবর.
There are 4 basic parts or sections at independent television. The parts are the newsroom, the production room, the editing panel, and the graphics room. Each department has separate duties. In order to work at private TV channel, it is important to learn some key technical terms such as package, GFX, OOV, Aston, Sort, Vox Pop, Justin, Barco, etc. I have discussed these terms in my report from page 11 to 22. Here I will talk about the responsibilities that I have rendered as an intern. I worked with the business and international desk at Independent Television. Here I used to write and prepare news scripts for package, OOV and GFX. GFX and OOV are the shortest news script. GFX is prepared only with related pictures. Here is an example of GFX that I prepared.
ঋণ সংক্রান্ত বিজ্ঞাপন বন্ধ করে দেওয়ার সিদ্ধান্ত নিয়েছে সার্চ জায়ান্ট গুগল। গুগল বলছে সার্চ পেজে এমন অনেক সময় এমন কিছু বিজ্ঞাপন আসে যেগুলোতে সাড়া দিলে আর্থিক ক্ষতির মুখে পড়ে গ্রাহক। ঋণ প্রদানকারী এসব বিজ্ঞাপনে উচ্চ সুদের ঋণ দেওয়ার কথা বলা হয়। এক বিবৃতিতে গুগলের পরিচালক ডেভিড গ্রাফ জানান, এই ধরনের বিজ্ঞাপন বন্ধ করে দেওয়ার পরিকল্পনা করছে প্রতিষ্ঠানটি। তবে গুগলের এই সিদ্ধান্ত সঠিক হচ্ছে না বলে মনে করছে ঋণ প্রদানকারী প্রতিষ্ঠানের সংগঠন। তারা এই পদক্ষেপকে হতাশাজনক বলে মন্তব্য করেছেন। তবে গুগল বলছে এসব ঋণ প্রদানকারী প্রতিষ্ঠানগুলো অনেক বেশি চার্জ আরোপ করে, যার ফলে গ্রাহক ক্ষতিগ্রস্ত হয়। এর আগে গুগল বিভিন্ন নকল পণ্য, অস্ত্র, বিস্ফোরক, তামাকজাত দ্রব্যের বিজ্ঞাপন নিষিদ্ধ করে।
On the other hand, OOV is prepared with video footage and pictures. Let's check out an example of OOV, about which I had described in my report.
করে তুলতে আয়োজন চলছে যুক্তরাষ্ট্রে। বিশ্ববাজারে জ্বালানি তেলের দাম কমায় গত বছরের চেয়ে বেশি সংখ্যক মানুষ দীর্ঘ গাড়ি ভ্রমণে যোগ দেবে বলে আশা করছে আমেরিকান অটোমোবাইল সংস্থা। সংস্থাটি মনে করছে প্রায় 3,80,00,000 মানুষ এবার দীর্ঘ গাড়ি ভ্রমণ করবে। গত বছর এ সংখ্যা ছিল প্রায় 3,30,00,000। আমেরিকান অটোমোবাইল অ্যাসোসিয়েশনের এক জরিপে দেখা গেছে প্রায় 55% চালক বলেছেন জ্বালানি তেলের দাম কমায় বেশি যাত্রী পরিবহন ও অতিরিক্ত 50 মাইল যাত্রা করতে পারছেন তারা। এছাড়া জ্বালানি তেলের দাম কমায় গাড়ি চালকের সংখ্যা বাড়ছে, ফলে বেকারত্বও কমছে যুক্তরাষ্ট্রে।
Now, the longest form of news script is package, because package is prepared not only with pictures and video footages but also contains short clips of audio or video opinions from different people, which are known as sync, sort, vox pop. Preparing a package is difficult than preparing GFX or OOV. Here is the example of a package that shows the difference among these news footages.
ইউরোপেও যাচ্ছে সাতক্ষীরার আম। চাষিরা জানালেন আমের মান এবং স্বাদ ভালো হয়, বিদেশের চাহিদা আছে প্রচুর। এছাড়া কোনো ধরনের কীটনাশক ব্যবহার হয় না এখানকার আমে।
মাটি ও জলবায়ুজনিত কারণে সাতক্ষীরা জেলার আম সময়ের আগেই পেকে যায়। ইউরোপের দেশগুলোতে হিমসাগর এবং ল্যাংড়া আমের চাহিদা ব্যাপক। তবে গেলবারের তুলনায় এবার প্রক্রিয়াকরণের বিষয়টি একটু জটিল বলছেন রপ্তানিকারকরা। গতবার ঢাকাতে প্রক্রিয়াকরণের কাজ করা হয়, এবার সরকারি নির্দেশে উপজেলা থেকেই প্রক্রিয়াকরণ হচ্ছে এই আম।
বাগানে প্যাকিং, শর্টিং, গ্রেটিং করাটা আমাদের পক্ষে খুব অসুবিধা, কারণ আমরা চাইতেছি একটা সেন্ট্রালি একটা ভালো একটা প্যাক হাউস থাক, প্যাক হাউসে গিয়ে আমরা প্যাকিংটা যাতে করতে পারি।
কৃষি কর্মকর্তারা জানান আমের মান অক্ষুণ্ণ রাখতে পরামর্শ মতো কাজ করছেন চাষিরা।
সারা বছর ব্যাপী আমরা নিবিড় যত্ন পরিচর্যার মাধ্যমে কাজ করেছি এবং উপসহকারী কৃষি কর্মকর্তা এবং কৃষক পর্যায়ে আমরা তাদেরকে তত্ত্বাবধান করা এবং বাগান পরিচর্যা মনিটরিং করার জন্য আমরা উদ্যোগ নিয়েছিলাম।
হটেক্স ফাউন্ডেশন, কৃষি সম্প্রসারণ অধিদপ্তর ও FAOর সহায়তায় এবং ইসলাম এন্টারপ্রাইজের ব্যবস্থাপনায় ইতোমধ্যেই প্রথম পর্যায়ে 25 মেট্রিক টন ল্যাংড়া ও হিমসাগর আম রপ্তানি হয়েছে। ইন্ডিপেন্ডেন্ট নিউজ।
Except script writing, I dealt with on-air firing. Every day, I used to fire stock cards for live news telecast. For me, this was the most difficult work that was done through Wizard software. During this task, one needs to keep calm and totally concentrated, because this is a multitasking process where the eye, ear, voice and hand works all together. When I started studying media and cultural studies as a part of my undergraduate program, I learned several theories related to media. At first, I thought these were just textual ideas, but during my internship, I felt that some of the theories from my textbook were happening. I was living through those theories. Even still now, I feel like the theories are reflecting on the reality of media and technology. My first realization was there is a reflection of panopticon and gaze in the field of media. Panopticon is a work published towards the end of the 18th century by Jeremy Bentham. In an article titled The Eye of Power, where Michael Foucault talked about Bentham's panopticon. Here, pan refers to all and opticon means to observe. Panopticon is a type of institutional building designed by Jeremy Bentham that allows a single watchman to observe all things of an institution. Likewise, media is also an institution that exercises constant surveillance. This is because during my internship, I was told to become a journalist by nature who does not wait for permission to report any wrongdoing around him or her. It is a sort of power that media has in itself. People always say that media has its own power, which can make an unknown person famous and a famous person nothing. Generally, we have this notion just because we know that maybe there is always a journalist around us who can make a report if we do anything wrong, unwanted, or something very noticeable. Here it can be related to the term gaze. According to Foucault, the term gaze is a system of surveillance under which we people pass each day. It creates interiorization among us through which we start to keep an eye on ourselves. Not only panopticon or gaze reflects under media, but also the theory of hegemony reflects in this field. Hegemony is an umbrella term to understand dominance, leadership, control, power structure. According to John Story's essay, What is Popular Culture?, Antonio Gramsci used this term to show how the subordinate groups are dominated. Once the manipulation was among the people of different social classes, but now people are being manipulated by the power of media. We easily consider what media say or show to us, which proves that we have already become manipulated by the media and technology. During my internship, I prepared a package of petty price in the month of July 2016 using the footage of January 2016. I was told to do that just because there was no footage of present time, but the news had to go on air. They told to use that old footage just because it goes with the story, and the viewers did not know the truth. That day, it was clear to me that media can create reality and that constructed reality dominates our perception. Here it can also be related to the term hyperreality. In general, there is no separation between the reality and representation or simulation, then it refers to hyperreality. In media, it is not possible to separate the reality of news from the representation. Whatever the media presents, the viewer takes that as reality. From my practical experience of working in on-air media, I would like to say that we should arrange some on-air technology-based media courses in our department, which are quite practical. This type of courses will be opening up more scopes of work for media students. At the moment, in our department, most of the courses we have are basically print-based. Although these courses help, but if we have new courses on television media, it will be appropriately beneficial too. The courses with this can help students to get acquainted with new terms, language, and working pattern, which I had learned when I started working in media. To conclude the video, I would like to restate these 3 months of internship will always remain one of the best ever experiences of my life. This is when I first stepped into the hardest part of anyone's life, the field of a job market. Text can provide us with a limited knowledge of the real world. But the time we step into the practical life, the field of job, we experience the hardship of gaining knowledge. Through these 3 months of my internship, I gained practical skills and experiences from life, which are not possible describing in few words. So, this is all about the video for now. Thank you for being with me.